Have you ever felt?
Damn.
मेरो लागि 16 वर्षको उमेर थियो, अब यसको करियर गयो। मेरो लागि यही 16 वर्षको उमेर थियो जुन बेला भनेको थियो अब यसले काम केही गर्न सक्दैन, सधैँ अरूको भर पर्नुपर्ने पर्यो। मेरो लागि यही 16 वर्षको उमेर थियो जुन अब जिन्दगी रङ्गीन होइन, अब सधैँ जिन्दगी अन्धकार भयो। कारण यही 16 वर्षको उमेर थियो डाक्टरको लापरवाहीले मैले मेरो आँखाको ज्योति गुमाएँ र म पूर्ण दृष्टिबिन भएँ। तर म आज तपाईँहरू समक्ष मुस्कुराउँदै भन्छु, मेरो लागि यही 16 वर्षको उमेर लाइफको बेस्ट इयर बन्न पुग्यो। Because I lost my sight, but I got the vision of my life. अनि देन यो सबैको रियलाइजेसन हुन बित्तिकै I was no more shocked. In fact, I decided to transform my shocking life into the rocking life. र मैले एउटा कन्सेप्टको सुरुवात गरेँ। I wanted to rock the life of all the blind too. र I started an organization called Blind Rocks.
Damn.
Hello, this is the Inspire Nepal show. I'm Dinesh, your host, and today we have someone very special and inspiration. I like to call her. She's like a quintessential the Inspire Nepal show guest because she embodies everything that our show is all about: inspiration, empowerment, motivation, everything. She's none other than the founder of Blind Rocks, Sristi Casey. Sristi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Like we were having a chat earlier on our way here, and I got to know more about you while coming here, you know, as while I was driving. But how are you finding London? तपाईँलाई लन्डन कस्तो लागिरहेछ?
I have been loving it. It's been a new journey, new adventure, new experience, and yeah, it's quite the environment is quite friendly. Then it's also quite accessible, and of course, like it's my final year of my studies, so it's getting exciting. So yeah, it's cool.
What's the lifestyle like here compared to Bhaktapur, Nepal, where you are from?
Yeah, I mean, it's different in many ways. Of course, the first thing is culture. You know, like we come from different culture background, and here it's different culture. And then I do study with the international group of students, so we are mixed culture and so on. But in terms of accessibility and so on, I think, London is far ahead in providing access for us than in Nepal. But I think Nepal has its own advantage. I think it's quite a social place that, you know each and every corner, all the people and so on. So, yeah.
It's more relaxing. It can be quite busy in London.
I think
everyone's busy, going to work, study and everything else. So,
yeah, it could be same in Nepal too, but I think it's always different when you are in your home. Yeah.
How does it feel to be away from home? Do you miss गर्नुहुन्छ?
Definitely miss गर्छु. Who wouldn't? I mean, so I definitely miss my family, especially my parents, my mom, my brothers, my sister-in-law, and my little niece, and everybody, and of course my friends. Food, everything I miss.
Your mom's food. We were talking about that earlier. You miss your mom's cooking.
Yeah, I do miss everything.
You're currently studying at the University of Roehampton. Can you tell our audience what are you studying and why?
So I've been doing my master's in Mundus in the program in dance anthropology. So I've been studying dance because this is what I love to do. It's my passion. It's my life. It's my career. Because ever since I got blind, I never got a chance to learn dance. And I used to love dancing since I was a child. But then I was always told that I can't dance anymore. But then I just said, why can't I? If my spirit is not disabled, why should what I do be disabled? So I tried a lot, and none of the program was accepting me. So luckily, thanks to Corrimundus, they finally accepted me in the program. So I have been doing my study in dance anthropology. It's not about only how to dance, but it's more about what dance is about, to really look at this theory, different philosophical and phenomenological perspective, and so on. So I have been doing this also specifically because I want to make dance accessible for the blind people like myself. So in future, like in any time, if they would like to engage with dance, the blindness should not stop us.
Yeah, you said earlier your course is not much about dancing, but the study of the the art of dancing and all that.
Yeah. It's more in philosophical, phenomenological, and anthropological. We do learn history and so on, but taking kind of like a base of dance.
Yeah, we'll talk about dance later on in the interview, but I just want to because people might wonder how you navigate the world, especially living in a place like London. And so how do you navigate your world in London at uni? Can you talk to us about that?
Actually, I began to see the world after I got blind. I know it sounds quite paradoxical, but I think as soon as I stopped seeing, I started to use all my other senses. There was this wonderful mutual exchange happening between my inside and outside world. So something that wasn't revealed to me before, it just started to come. I just started to explore those aspects. So I do use all the senses. I use smell, touch, a lot of sound. So and of course with my white cane. That what helps me to navigate around.
Yeah, we do depend, as a human, we do depend a lot in our eyes. And, when you lose that all of a sudden, then you are forced to utilize all the other senses. And as a result, you enhance that. Let's now go back in time and go back to the time where before you were 16 or even before you were 14 years old, when you could actually see and everything seemed normal. What was life back then when you could see?
I was a little girl, in my own world, enjoying family, enjoying the company of my friends, and I hadn't really thought about life in depth. I think this blindness helped me or also forced me to think life seriously much earlier. So I do take this blindness as an opportunity because I hope I would think about my life, but it kind of dawned quite earlier. It came as an alarm, like when there was all these question marks coming towards my life. Then I had to wait a minute. How am I going to take my life ahead now? So, I started questioning myself much earlier because I was just 14, 16, where it was still time to just jump and play and so on. But then, of course, I didn't miss that. I did continue doing jumping and playing and whatever mischievous I could be. But, of course, I also said, I need to think about my life differently because now, in a way, it was on my hand how to make it and what to do about it.
So your journey really truly started at the age of 16 when you lost your sight.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that more in details as to how it happened and
Yeah, so I was born as a sighted child, as we were talking. So I had this kind of allergy in my eyes that used to itch and turn red. Then I just went to hospital and I got steroid medicine which caused glaucoma. So from that, my sight started receding day by day. Then I stopped seeing completely from 16 years old. Then things changed.
How did it feel when doctor told you couldn't see any longer, or there wasn't any cure for your case?
Yeah, I was shocked. Of course, I passed all the phases. I was shocked, and I was like, why me? I wanted to deny. I just wanted to say it's not true. I'm not blind. I will see. So I was in a phase of denial, but slowly I realized it's a fact. And I had to develop a coping mechanism with it. Then slowly I was angry. Why? Why now everything should happen to me? Why things changes? Why am I being treated differently and so on? But then I think I slowly past that phase as well. Then slowly I was able to develop the constructive anger and say, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna transform.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change in a way that I will create my world in a way that I would love to live in. So I took life in my hand, and then moved on.
That's beautiful. You said it in one of your motivation speech at More Movement. You said the age 16 was your best year of your life.
Yeah.
You know, now if you look at it from a normal perspective, for most people, that event would be the worst thing that could ever happen to them. But for you, it was the best thing that ever happened.
It was the moment that was the best thing happened.
Yeah.
Because I think the meaning of life comes when there is a reason. And I got that reason, because when I got blind, I got a reason to live. I got a vision to live.
Yeah.
It took my sight, but gave me a vision. Vision to work for the betterment of the society. Vision to work for many blind people like myself. And to do something meaningful, work, So this pinching point actually became a driven force for me to jump up and say, hey, I'm blind, so what? I can do many, many other things.
Yeah. You remind me of Helen Keller. Do you know Helen Keller?
Yes.
Yeah, she's blind and deaf, yes. She said something very similar. She said, the only thing worse than being blind is having a sight but no vision. Yes.
Exactly.
And it's really true, and it's sad that a lot of people who has got sight, yet they can't see, they don't have real vision. And I think we could learn a lot from your example, how you live your life as well. But where does this positive attitude come from? I know you have a very positive attitude towards life, and you tend to look at challenges and find opportunity in there, look at your limitation and find advantage in that. Where does that positive attitude come from? Is there anyone that you learn from?
I learn from many people, of course, and of course I do learn from each moment. I think each moment, each seconds of our life is a teacher, is a guru, it keeps teaching us many, many lessons. I think it's only we have to catch it and understand it. So I think, every time life taught me, difficulties, hurdles taught me, achievement taught me, love taught me, hate taught me. So I think, everything worked. So I do believe that we can't stop what happens to us. But we definitely have a choice what we are going to do with what we have. So,
Yes. Yeah, I always tell people that it's not the events or circumstances that shape your life, it's how you define them.
Exactly.
What sort of meaning you give them.
Exactly.
And we can take example from your own life that anyone could have given that event a negative meaning, but you actually chose to give it a more positive and empowering meaning, which is something that not many people are able to do. Take an event, look at it as it is, and then give a positive and empowering meaning. And I think you've done an amazing job creating organization and helping people out and doing all that sort of things.
Thank you.
Let's talk about a little bit about Blind Rocks, because that's the organization that you started. When did you start that?
2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about where did that motivation come from, or that idea come from, and what made you wanna, do that?
Yeah, it was again my blindness. So the time when I got blind, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was very shocked because things changed drastically. Then at a point I said, why should it be shocking life? It should be a rocking life. So Blind Rocks. That's how the name came. Then I was looking for the activities, and I found during my research and so on that most of the time, if it was for blind, it was mostly focused on education, health, and all this stuff, which is indeed important. But I think we were always lacking all the aspects of life, or the colorful aspects of life, I would like to say, this dance and this theater or fashion or adventure. And this has a very big role in life, it can create a huge impact. So, and then being a dancer myself, and I love dancing, and then when I faced also this exclusion in dancing, I said, this is what I'm gonna make a base now. I'm going to use dance to empower blind and to change the mindset. And also because I think, this is something I possess, so one of the qualities. So I said, why not using that as a tool? So I could, pass to many blind people and then also impart this message of, acceptance and equality in the society. So that's how I started my project. But of course, I did need a skill to learn to run my organization, because to start organization was not a small step. So I was browsing and I found this wonderful institution called Kantari in Kerala, so which is an international institution for social visionaries. And then I applied and luckily got in. Then there I started learning and like shaping my project and getting all those skills which was necessary for me to start my project. Then that's how I continued working in the field.
So you started small. You started teaching dance first, right?
Yeah, I started teaching dance and especially the body language.
Body language.
Yeah.
But now you do workshops all over the world. And you also teach about fashion.
Yeah.
And you teach about, all different sorts. What else do you teach in your workshop?
Yeah, now we do different workshops. We do on dance, we do on interpersonal skills like body language and stage movement.
Yeah.
We do on fashion, learn about color combination, dress up or hairstyles.
Yeah.
We do go for adventure, rafting, rock climbing, paragliding.
Wow.
We do many sensitization programs. We do motivational seminar, capacity building. So, we're trying to cover. Yeah.
I mean, for the people who are watching you for the first time, or they might be wondering, how can she do all that? Maybe like most people have this perspective or this idea about what blind people are and what they can or what they can't. And when you talk about fashion and adventure and all that, they might be like, well, hold on a second. How is that possible? How is that possible, Sristi?
Yeah, that's what we want to impart the message, that there's nothing impossible. I mean, if you say I can't, it's grammatical error. It's only I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because maybe you didn't try. You could try once more. So, and then it's the same way. Like most of the time, our life is prescribed. I want to say, So I think blindness just stands as our condition. It can just stand as a description of our condition, but it should not be the prescription of our life and how it should be. So I think that's the message that I want to pass, and I think this is the misconception that some people have of us, to determine okay, they can't do this, they can't do that, and a borderline is made for us. But I think it should be us, and every individual should define their life, their limitation and their border.
Yeah, I think we human beings, we are, because we want to make everything simple, so we put everyone in a box so that we can define them and we can categorize them. Oh, this is white, this is black, this is Nepalese, or this is Indian. We try to categorize everything, put it into a box. And I think that's what's happening here. They're trying to put like a,
level. Level in it's a reinterpretation,
exactly.
I say,
Exactly.
It's just not the interpretation, but the reinterpretation of your differences.
Okay. Some of the audience might be wondering, looking at your fashion sense and, thinking, if you can't see, and how does fashion work if you can't see? Can you explain that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do get these questions like, why do you need to think of fashion for the blind when they can't see?
Yeah.
And I say, anyway, fashion is for others, If fashion was for you, in the night, you wouldn't sleep with a nightie. You would dress up, party, or, some kind of fancy dress. It's for others, So, of course, you want to be presentable. Yeah. And I'm not trying to promote glamour or the external beauty, but I think sometimes when you do maintain your personality, it boosts your confidence, it does enhance your self-esteem, so that's what I'm targeting. So it does make a difference. So who wouldn't like to be beautiful, who wouldn't like to be handsome, so just and then of course these are certain kind of things which you learn very incidentally. The fashion, our body language, this kind of things, you just pick it up, seeing in your society as you grow up in your culture and so on. And when blind lacks this kind of opportunity that you just can't pick it up incidentally, you need to teach, and nobody's really thinking to teach. So then, you don't develop those kind of skills, and you are again separated for the same reason, saying like, hey, this blind person doesn't look at me when he or she speaks. So like, it is always creating this gap. So I wanted to bring the opportunities to the blind in every way possible. So like, it's not like, okay, A, B, C for you and D, E is other blah, blah, blah is not for you because you are blind. It shouldn't be a case.
Yeah.
If your heart wants, if you want to do it, you're blind, you're sighted, you're able-bodied, disabled-bodied, you're white, you're black, tall, short, nothing should matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing because as I'm talking to you right now, because you're looking at me, I can, even though you can't see my face, I feel like you can see me because I get this.
And of course I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
Not for my eyes.
And I get this feeling that you can actually see me, and we are having this very engaging conversation, not as sighted and visually impaired, but as two individuals, as two human beings, and just having a normal conversation,
exactly.
right? Yes, that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk more about Blind Rocks. What are your future goals and vision? What do you want to accomplish from Blind Rocks?
So we have been growing, so we want to reach out more people, and of course we are not limited in Nepal. We do travel around the world. We have been able to do programs so far in already 8 to 10 countries. We have also started our branch in Madrid in Spain.
Yeah.
And then now I'm looking forward is also because as I'm also enrolled in this program, in this Kodimundus dance study. So it was to start this international dance school for the blind.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to set up a school for the blind where, we would have our own space and blind people could come in a regular basis and then, and build up confidence, enjoy in such a way that they could just come to you and say, hey, music is going on, shall we dance? So this is the dream.
That's great. Do sighted people come to your workshop?
Yeah, of course. And so not to make them blind, but in fact to enhance their other senses.
Yeah.
We do blindfold them,
Okay.
so that they suddenly discover the potential of the other senses they possess. And sometimes because when we are too oculocentric, we do forget what our other amazing sense can do.
Yeah.
So also to bring in the equal level with blind and sighted and to bridge this gap and to have this interaction, we do blindfold the audience, the sighted people and other, and then we do together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we
that's fun.
forget how much we depend on our eyes when we're in the dark and the light all of a sudden goes off and it was like completely dark and pitch black and it was like, what the hell is going on? We're like scared because of that unknown, because because we can't see. We're afraid of that, right? You're afraid of what you can't see.
Yeah, but then I think when you open up your senses, the
other
darkness
senses,
never comes.
Exactly.
Because you can paint with your own imagination, with the colors you wish,
That's
so.
something I think we all need to learn, and it's something I need to learn as well. And I think I should try one of your workshops.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
We're gonna do a quick rapid fire question, and then we'll take a break after that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now, rapid fire question is where I ask you questions, and then you reply them as quick as possible.
Okay.
All right. It's not long. I got a few of them.
Okay.
Say the first word that comes to your mind right now.
Life.
Your favorite pastime, like what you like to do when you're not doing your study or your projects and
Right point.
Right point. And it is a
Same.
ghazal. Is it ghazal?
Yeah, ghazal.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ask you to tell me one of them later. Your favorite city or country that you've been so far? Nepal. Other than Nepal, come on.
It's hard. My international friend's gonna kill me. Don't ask me. It's hard to choose.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
really.
later after we turn off the camera. Yeah. Your favorite song currently?
Muskan by Annie Choing.
Okay, nice. Your favorite dance music or dance song that you like to dance?
Any fast music.
Any fast music.
Yeah.
So you don't have a preference.
No.
Your favorite Nepali movie?
Hard to say. Yeah.
What's the funniest thing someone said to you recently?
I need to think.
You need to think. Okay. What is your least favorite vegetable? What do you don't like?
Karela.
Karela.
Bitter gourd.
Yeah. Your favorite book?
Pedagogy of the Oppressed.
Who's the
Paulo
author?
Freire.
Oh, okay. What do you miss from the time when you were sighted, or when you could see? What do you miss most from the time before you lost your vision?
Oh, what do I miss?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Yeah.
I think it's apparent because the thing that you miss is seeing, right?
No. No.
No?
Absolute no.
Ooh, that's a very positive
Yeah,
one.
absolute no. Because I'm still seeing.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing differently.
Yeah.
So definitely that's not what I miss. Okay, what I miss is being a Sristi.
Okay.
Because always blindness is labeled. You know, I just want to be sometimes just a friend, just a daughter,
Yeah.
just a student, a Sristi. But then always the blindness levels. And I don't have problem in labeling myself as a blind unless it is just described, it is just used to describe my condition, but not to have the value judgment on, you know, what our life is meant to be.
Great. That was more than one sentence.
Yeah,
That's good.
I broke the rule and I love that.
No worries. You're a rebel.
Yeah.
What does your name mean, Sristi?
Creation.
Creation. Isn't that beautiful? I think
Yes, I think so.
it suits you so much because you're always creating, you know, you created Blind Rocks, you're creating, you know, different workshops, and, you know, you write and you create. So I think you are a creator, you know, you know, that's what you are here for. And I think we can learn from you, and I think we get inspiration by looking at you that, hang on a second, if Sristi can do it, we can do it. We can become a creator too, right? And that's the lesson that we can learn from there. So we're going to take a short break now, and we'll be back right after that.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are the rock star of your life and you can rock the world. र अगाडि बढिन कहाँसम्म जान सकिन्छ भन्नको लागि नि सिम्पल फर्मुला छ. Keep doing, keep going and keep dancing in the rhythm of your life. So music please.
Hey, welcome back. This is the Inspire Nepal show, and we have Sristi Casey on the show. Sristi, welcome back.
Thank you.
We talked about Blind Rocks, and we talked about how your journey so far. And I wanted to talk more about your dance. You know, because you're very passionate about dance, and I can tell by looking at you. And when I talk about dance, you know, you immediately light up. And
Yeah.
I saw a lot of your YouTube videos as well, your dance videos. Where does that passion come from? Was that from very young age?
Yeah, I love dancing since I was a child, you know, like
Yeah.
even when I was just 5 or 6, and then I would just get up and dance. So I was always into dancing a lot. And then, yeah, I think I missed doing dance because, yeah, as I said, when I got blind, I was not expected to dance anymore. So I think sometimes when you know, you miss something, that's when you build up desire more. So I think that what happened to me when I knew, like, oh, people are thinking that it's not piece of my cake. Then I just felt, no, I'm gonna definitely do it. So yeah, I continued dancing, though I couldn't learn in an institution. I never got chance to learn dance formally, but I decided to be my own teacher, use my imagination, use my creativity, and just dance. So that kept me dancing. So then, yeah, it was the dance again, which I made a base and started Blind Rocks. Then it was dance again, which brought me to Europe and now in London.
So dance plays a very important
so,
role.
Yeah, because, yeah, I developed my passion and I did develop a vision of my life with the base of dance. So
That's great. That's great. You like performing on the stage.
yeah, I do love
And
it.
now now you teach other people how to dance.
Yes.
Do you teach them how to the steps and the choreograph, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I believe more in dialectical way of teaching, so I don't impose the moment, you know.
You don't say do this, do that.
No, I don't impose it, you know.
Okay.
We do it together. I think it's a collaborative job. So I have taken that path where we do in collaboration and so on, so using our creativity and so on. So of course in my research also I am focusing on blind to blind transmission, because it's normally thought that the person who is teaching is always sighted.
Yeah.
But I'm looking not only to promote blind dancer but also a blind dance instructor.
That's great.
And so but dance is something a bit visual. Then how this visual thing, how is the non-visual interaction happening? So with my thesis I'm doing the research on same topic, and I have devised a sound jewelries, that you put in your head,
Right.
hand, hips and legs, and each makes different sound.
Okay.
So then for me the movement is suddenly visible, because now without seeing the movement, actually I can see it through sound, so that's what we did with all of my blind participants. We all were blind, and we were fashioning this social sound jewelry around our body, and we could hear each other,
Yeah.
so this was something I have been working and trying to explore this sonic and tactile aspect of dance, which is often overlooked with this visual aspect.
So, have you started doing that already, or
Yes.
in London, or where did you start it?
I did my field work in Nepal,
Okay.
and then of course I continued after Nepal itself. Before I came back to UK and so on, I did go to India. I did try a bit of my work there. I was in Belgium. I did do my presentation there and talked about it and work with the people there, and then I'm right now here, and I have been continuing because it's a research and it's experimental, so it's ongoing project. So
Okay. Besides dance, you also write, and you also sing.
yeah,
So
I
heard.
do.
So you mainly write poems and
I
ghazals.
write ghazal,
Yeah.
I sing,
What sort of songs do you sing or write?
I sing a bit melodious song, and then I write all kind of poem and ghazal. I mean, it depends on the time, on the mood. I do write romantic, I do write tragic, I do write about life, I do write about funny stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I write everything,
You
like
write everything.
like any writers, I think.
I've heard that your film is coming, premiering very soon, which is called Blind Rocks.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So it's a biopic movie. So it's a movie about me without me. So of course I don't mean that I'm not involved. Of course, like I gave the script,
Yeah.
and but just somebody else is acting on behalf of me. Benisa Hamal is doing my role. And then, so our Nikes Limbudai, he is the producer who is also living in UK.
Yeah.
And Milan Chamsdai, he is the director. So they are the one who have been investing the time and energy and everything for the movie. So
And the shooting is done now.
yeah,
finished.
the shooting is over.
Was it done in Nepal?
Yes, the
Yeah.
shooting was done in Nepal and partly in India. So the shooting is over. The post editing is going on. So we hope to have its premiere by August 5th here in London. So yeah.
That's great. I'm looking forward to see that movie.
Thank you.
So you wrote all the scripts and the stories, yes?
No, not me. I was not the one who wrote it. I told my story. So it was the scriptwriter who wrote the story. So
Okay.
like they were just spending time with me, and I just said whatever they were asking. So I just said my whole story. It was the story, especially from the time I got blind and till 25 years old. So I have just said. So I'm even excited to see myself in the movie screen. I don't know how it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's 2-hour commercial movie. Isn't
Yes,
it?
it's a commercial movie. So I'm the center focus, but of course there will be some other things as well.
That's great. That's great. What else do you do? I mean, you're multi-talented. You do so many things. And besides, writing and singing and dancing, what else do you do? What are your other hobbies?
I'm also interested in acting. I used to do a theater.
Oh, do you?
I used to do a street drama a lot and radio dramas and so on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was also a radio jockey when I was like around 12, 13 years old, like this children program in the radio. I did used to host, so I did like doing this MC or so on program.
So you're everywhere, aren't you?
Trying to like do whatever I can, but I don't know if I can say I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially after you lost your sight, you became more active and you started traveling even more. How many countries have you been to so far?
So it's almost 16 country now. Yeah.
Yes. One of the when I was watching your interviews and your speeches, one of the challenges you found after you lost your sight was study, and that I heard that not a lot of colleges wanted to take you in as a student because you're visually impaired. Talk to me more about that. How did that feel, and how did you overcome that challenge?
So when I had just got blind, I had just completed my high school. And during the school time, I studied in Siddhartha Vidyapith, and my principal, Deepika madam, she was quite encouraging. So she did give me a very friendly environment in the school, so I was able to, finish my SLC. Because my problem started from when I was 14, from my 8th standard. Yeah. But I could see very blurry. But once I got complete blind and I finished my SLC, then it was hard for me to find a college to study, to pursue my higher study. Then, they would just give this excuse saying we don't have special way of teaching, or this is not your subject, this is all kind of excuses. Yeah. So finally I did get admission in Konya multiple campus, and then things changed, because also it was a quite welcoming attitude there, the teachers, and I had a very cooperative friends, and they were like, you can. So that was more than enough for me when I heard this, yes, you can. And it kind of echoed inside me, yes, you can. And then, I continued my study. Of course, since I had just got blind, I didn't know Braille and all. I wasn't exposed to use computer, which I do now, using speech software. Now I can read and write with my computer and so on. But I wasn't able to do that. So I developed my own way of learning, So I made wooden materials that I could put in the blank paper, and I could just feel the gap of the wood, and I could write because I had the imagination.
So you created that wooden
Yes,
material.
I created that wooden material. So with just my imagination, I was just writing and doing all my assignments, and my teachers would really give me feedback. They really cooperated well. So that's how I was able to be awarded by president.
You were not just able to get into a college, but you actually topped the college and in exams multiple times, and you even got a medal from president of Nepal.
Yes.
How was that moment like when you when everyone said you can't and you actually went and did it?
Yeah, it was a moment of satisfaction or happiness, something to cherish about for sure, because at a time when it looked that I will not be able to study anymore. But then at the time, suddenly when I was overall media, with getting this, gold medal from president and being recognized for my STEM studies, so I was like, I did it. So, it was like, oh yes, I did it and I can do it. So it was very encouraging for me also to move on with my life and to say, move on, Sristi, you are reaching there.
Yeah, I think other people saw that, before they used to say, oh, her life is over or whatever, or, those kind of criticism. But after you've got the gold medal and you proved everyone else that, not seeing is not a limitation, but you could actually, take that as an advantage. Or, as
sometimes I just make fun and I say, before I was shocked and after they were shocked. So.
Good one, though.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And your mom was very proud after that.
Yeah, she was indeed happy.
Yeah. What was the most challenging bit during those times, tough times? What was the most challenging experience or moments, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah, the most challenging experience was not for me to be blind,
Yeah.
but the way my blindness was being interpreted.
Okay.
So because it's a socially constructed thing,
Mm-hmm.
rather than inherited, or it's not like something like for you to say you're different or so on. So the attitude, I think the attitudinal barrier that I went through in every steps and in everything I was trying to do, when it was don'ts and can't,
Yeah.
always put forward and so on. So I think it was, this attitude was the big challenge for me
Mm-hmm.
in one way, and on other way, I mean, the same attitudinal barrier also kept me going, because
yeah.
like, instead of the fire around me, the fire inside me was burning, so that helped me to be more stronger and say, I will do it.
Do you have any role model that you look up to or learn from, people?
Yes, I have a lot.
You have a lot, yes.
I do get inspired with a lot of people, and also a lot of moments of life. And yes, my mother was the first role model for me, who did not stop, who did not treat me differently, I was always her
Sristi.
child, always Sristi,
Yeah.
I was never labeled as a blind for her. Of course, my funny and lovely brothers, they kept giving me every motivation and encouragement I needed. My father and my whole family, who always stood there for me. So even sometimes I break down, I would come back and I would see them, and with the warm hug and then the warm words, I would get that strength to stand up. And I had good friends, who also gave me this, zeal to do something in life. And I have a role model, the founder of Kantari, who is also my mentor, Sabria Tenbergen, who is blind herself, and then she gave me a power, she gave me like different way of thinking of my situation, and to really be strong and to be able to speak about it more strongly, because before I did have in my mind and so on, but then when she also said, like, at a time sometimes we have to speak back, we have to be nasty, we have to be rude, I mean not rude in a sense but firm, to convey our message stronger. So she was like, you can't be everybody's darling. So speak back when it's needed. So before I used to be quite tolerant on discrimination or injustice. Then I really started to speak back, because I had to convey my message. I had to, you can't every time tolerate. So then I started to, politely sometimes, but sometimes maybe firmly, to say like, we are blind, so what? I'm living my life, don't judge me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I think we're coming to an end, so I've got some few typical Inspired Partial questions. But before that, are you working on any other projects besides your Blind Rocks? And I think you're quite busy with your studies, aren't you? So
but I mean, I'm still part of the social network of Kantari, and then we do different stuff from it. Though I'm here, I have been still coordinating programs of Blind Rocks from here, and then since now we also have this branch in Spain, so it's going on, and I do these motivational speeches here and there.
Yeah. How big is your team, your Blind Rocks team?
We are 9 in our team members, so 5 of us are blind and 4 of us are sighted, so we believe in inclusion. So we have been working together.
Right, here are the typical Inspired Partial question. The first question is, what is the best advice you've received in life? It could be from anyone, your parents or teachers, anyone.
The best advice?
Yeah.
I need to think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, because there are many advices.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I don't remember the author, but like, it says like, the biggest danger of life is not to dream big and fail, but to dream small and succeed. So dream big. That was, I'm very inspired too.
Yeah.
Which gave me inspiration to really, dream without limitation. So
That's a great piece of advice. We've got people watching from different parts of the world, and they might be sighted, or they might be, you know, some sort of visual impairment, but at the end of the day, they're all human, right?
Yes.
What kind of advice or what kind of message would you give them? Like, just a couple of messages. What would you tell them?
What I want to say is maybe like, you know, there's never a time, never a moment in life when you are free from problems or obstacles.
Yeah.
So you have to go through, but don't just go through, but grow through it.
Okay.
And then keep going. Don't follow the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, follow your dream, follow your passion, follow your heart, and keep going. And how far you can go, you will know, but you should keep going to know that.
Yeah, great message. What are you most grateful for in your life? What are you grateful for?
For my life.
Just your life. I mean.
Yes, I mean for not only my life, for everybody's life. I mean, like, you know, to be in this world, to live a life is just a wonderful thing.
Just to be alive,
you know?
is
Yeah,
grateful. Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yes. What are you most proud of in your life? So if you look back and use what do you think, like, yes, I'm proud of this or proud of that? What is there a moment or, you know, experience that you're proud of?
Yeah, maybe I didn't let my challenge push me down.
Yeah.
You know, I somehow, with many people's love, support, and my inner will, I was able to transform my challenge into advantage. So I think, yeah, I could be proud about it.
That's great. I'm sure there are a lot of people who helped you in your journey along the way. You know, there are countless people maybe. Is there any, you know, do you want to acknowledge some of them, or maybe thank some of them?
Yes, many.
Many.
So again, yeah, and if I miss some name, like, you know, it's just a coincidence. So don't kill me later.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, my mom.
Yeah.
You know, I love her, and I thank so much for her. My family, my brothers, and then my sister. Oh, there are long list.
I think we should stop there,
Yeah.
right?
I can't.
Because
yeah,
if you
just
keep
choose
going, then
one.
there will be a
No,
long
yeah.
list. Yes. Sristi, let me tell you something. You know, I sit on this chair every other week, and I have this opportunity to speak to people like yourself, talented and inspirational, and I not just get to have a conversation with them, but I get to dig deeper and learn and grow from their story and help other people get inspired, and, you know, maybe they'll learn something from the guest, right? And I'll say this again, and that you are an inspiration to me and many other people. And like I said in the beginning, you embody everything that this show is all about. You know, we value, you know, we talk about inspiration, empowerment, education, giving hope, enlightening people, and all those things. And yeah, you embody everything, and you are our, you know, I'm very happy and grateful, and I'm privileged to have you on our show.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure
yes,
as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the conversation, and I hope you did too. And I hope the people watching, they enjoy the conversation, and they get some sort of inspiration from your story. But yes, all the best for everything you do and everything you plan to do in the future. And
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
to, you know, speak to you again soon in the future.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
very much.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching the videos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'd love to hear from you guys and your feedback, so just leave a comment below for any suggestion, tips, and or guest requests. But if this is your first time here, then do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your love and support, and I'll see you next week.